At the age of 8, this is how Katherine describes her daughter Nancy. Nancy Lee is 8 years old, and she happens to be my incredibly intelligent, deeply kind, and wonderfully generous young girl. She serves as Mommy's reliable assistant and truly enjoys taking on the role of the older sister. 15 years back, this same child resided in an orphanage located in South Korea, and nobody showed interest in her until a remarkable event took place. She became the adopted daughter of Katherine Heigl, one of the wealthiest and most recognized actresses in Hollywood. Her existence transformed dramatically in an instant, shifting from orphanage life to residing in a grand home in Utah. So what is her situation today, and how has she developed over the years? Get yourself a beverage, and we will explore the full account together. Her beginnings in South Korea. This young child entered the world in South Korea during 2009. Her birth mother delivered her at a medical facility in Seoul and departed the following day. In line with the country's regulations, officials looked for the mother over an entire month, but unfortunately, it quickly became evident that she had vanished for good. With nobody available to look after her, the infant was moved to Namsan Orphanage, where she passed her initial 9 months in a vulnerable state. Who exactly are her biological parents, and what is their current whereabouts? Nobody possesses those details. It continues to be an unsolved puzzle. Those first months of her development proved difficult, since she required open-heart surgery because of an inborn heart defect. Yet, she had no idea that her destiny would soon shift in manners beyond anything she could picture. Among countless other children in orphanages, she stood out as the sole one who secured placement in a supportive home. Her journey toward adoption started in 2009, when actress Katherine Heigl along with her spouse took notice of her. But what led them to South Korea in the first place? Allow us to examine a bit of their background. The connection between Heigl and Kelley. If you followed Grey's Anatomy, you encountered Katherine Heigl portraying Dr. Izzy Stevens. Katherine stands as an American performer who has appeared in major films and popular television series. In contrast, Josh Kelley works as an American musician and composer. How did the two of them cross paths? They connected during the shooting of the video for Kelley's 2005 track titled Only You. Heigl, who stood close to earning an Emmy thanks to her performance on Grey's Anatomy, appeared as the romantic partner of her soon-to-be husband in that video. I clearly recall the exact date we first connected, which was May 24, 2005, Kelley mentioned in a conversation with Billboard. I had recently purchased a residence in Nashville. The very next day after completing the paperwork, I needed to head back to Los Angeles for this video shoot, he continued. I arrived on set that day. We began filming our parts side by side, and we immediately clicked. We have stayed together from that moment onward. They became engaged the next year in 2006 and exchanged vows in December 2007 at a ceremony held in Park City, Utah. Heigl and Kelley felt enthusiastic about beginning a family right away. I always figured the idea would frighten me, but I feel prepared now. At 27, I believe I have accomplished more than many individuals manage in their whole lives. I am set to establish roots, create a family, and develop my own Kelley legacy. What led them to choose adoption so soon after marrying? We will look into that next. The adoption process, led by Katherine Heigl. Katherine Heigl's path to adopting her daughter Naleigh involved deep emotion and some difficulties. Heigl, together with her spouse, the musician Josh Kelley, brought Naleigh home from South Korea in 2009 at the age of 9 months. The entire procedure lasted roughly 9 months, and the pair looked forward eagerly to bringing her into their lives. At that point, Heigl had reached 31 years, enjoying huge success with tremendous fame and financial security. By 2019, Forbes calculated her wealth at around $33 million, whereas Josh Kelley stood at about $10 million. Why choose to adopt a child from a distant place like South Korea? That country carried personal significance for Heigl, since her own parents had brought home her sister through adoption from their 3 years prior to Heigl's birth. She mentioned that bringing a child home through adoption always formed part of the vision she shared with Kelley for their family. Josh and I began discussing adoption even before our engagement, she explained to Scholastic Parent and Child magazine in 2014. My sister Meg has Korean heritage, and my parents welcomed her into our family 3 years before my own arrival. I hoped my future family would mirror the one I grew up in, so I felt certain from early on that I wanted to adopt from Korea. We have considered having children biologically too, but we chose to start with adoption. My main desire was simply to become a mother, and the method did not matter to me. About their experience with the process, they received a specific referral contact regarding the child. She recalled that when the call came, I was filming in Atlanta alongside Ashton Kutcher, and Josh joined me there. It felt like a hectic period. You become filled with energy, thrilled, and restless. You know a child waits somewhere, and you long to hold her right away. Josh stayed in my trailer holding one phone while I used another. They described this infant girl born in November, one day after my own birthday. They informed us about her heart problem and detailed the condition, noting that surgery had already fixed it. They suggested we consult our personal pediatric specialists and physicians before deciding. But we responded immediately, saying we wanted her without hesitation. They discovered Naleigh and felt instant affection for her. She also highlighted another touching element of the process. Josh's father works as a cardiac surgeon, so they forwarded her medical files to him right away. He reviewed her heart scans and provided honest insights. Still, the couple remained committed to moving forward. She stated that we absolutely planned to proceed, yet we needed full understanding of Naleigh's situation. Once repaired, her issue stays resolved. She enjoys complete health with a normal heart. In the end, they chose to welcome her into their family. When questioned about whether Josh felt comfortable with adoption, she replied that people unfamiliar with it often ask if parental love requires shared DNA. I already understood it did not. My mother raised both biological and adopted children and insisted the love felt identical. They belong to you completely the instant you hold them. Josh needed time to grasp that fully, but he approached it with openness and warmth. Nevertheless, the pair joyfully accepted Naleigh and soon transported the child to America, where she started an entirely new chapter. Keep in mind that Naleigh arrived with a congenital heart condition and had already experienced open-heart surgery prior to meeting her new family. Her adoptive parents helped her overcome this medical hurdle, always placing strong value on family bonds and personal heritage during her growth. A child once overlooked in an orphanage now belongs to a caring household. One day, she will gain worldwide recognition and eventually receive her parents' substantial wealth worth millions. What difficulties arose while raising Naleigh as their adopted daughter? Continue watching to learn more. Difficulties in building the mother-daughter connection. Heigl and her spouse felt immense delight since this marked their first experience as parents. However, their happiness soon encountered an obstacle. Naleigh did not react warmly to Heigl's displays of affection, which deeply saddened the actress and made her question her adequacy as a mother. Heigl discussed a painful phase when her daughter appeared more attached to her husband than to her. In one interview, she pointed out that Naleigh felt very at ease with Josh, forming a quick attachment, while the process proved harder for her. She observed how effortlessly Josh connected with Naleigh, to the point where she nicknamed him the Disneyland Dad because he would get down on the ground, tumble about, and bring out her giggles. Heigl acknowledged that she did not naturally engage in that style of playful interaction on the floor. Instead, she recognized herself as the nurturing, snuggling parent. She mentioned that Naleigh seeks her out when injured, and they share a special routine at bedtime. Naleigh uses one blanket to cover herself, another near her cheek, and a third to clutch. That ritual belongs just to us, Heigl explained. Another hurdle for their closeness stemmed from Heigl's professional obligations, which frequently required her absence. She confessed to passing more hours with the child actors playing triplets on set than with Naleigh, causing ongoing concern that she missed vital opportunities to strengthen their tie. When Naleigh joined the family, Heigl resumed filming on Grey's Anatomy merely 3 days later, complicating early attachment with her baby. Initially, she worried Naleigh might not truly need her presence. However, their social worker comforted them by explaining that children often respond differently to new mothers in such circumstances. It remained tough for Heigl, whose deepest wish centered on connecting deeply with her daughter. In her own words, building trust in this unfamiliar setup takes patience for any child, along with confidence in you as the parent. My suggestion is to stay encouraged because the outcome proves incredibly rewarding. A significant shift occurred in 2012 during an appearance on The View, when Naleigh dashed toward Heigl on stage and wrapped her in a firm embrace. That instant carried profound meaning and reassured Heigl of their solid connection. Furthermore, her husband composed a piece titled Naleigh Moon dedicated to their daughter as a way to convey their affection. Even with these obstacles, Naleigh delivered tremendous joy to Heigl as her mother. Heigl put it this way: "This child transformed me into a mother, the one who infused my days with purpose, significance, and focus. Limitless, everlasting love flows from the center of my soul because of her." Following their positive adoption experience, did they welcome another adopted child or conceive one biologically? Stay with us to discover. Growth of their household. In 2012, Heigl and Kelley brought home their second daughter, Adelaide, through domestic adoption from Louisiana. While visiting The Tonight Show, Heigl described to Jay Leno how Adelaide's arrival felt like perfect timing. She noted that she and Kelley originally intended another international adoption, but circumstances changed. Adoptions from Korea had grown much more complicated, and China involved long waiting periods. 5 years afterward, at age 39, Heigl discovered she was expecting naturally. In 2017, she gave birth to their son, named Joshua Bishop Kelley Jr. Joshua remained in breech position for more than a month leading up to delivery, prompting physicians to arrange a cesarean section. Regrettably, Joshua did not breathe independently right after birth, requiring immediate oxygen assistance to support his lungs. With Adelaide, we experienced adoption right from her birth moment, so that gave us the newborn phase. Naleigh joined us at 9 months, so this biological process feels entirely fresh and thrilling. Despite her happiness in motherhood, Heigl often felt overburdened and surprised by its demands. She frequently arrived home exhausted after missing key parts of Joshua's routine. Managing her career alongside parental responsibilities proved extraordinarily demanding. Heigl spoke candidly about her experiences, including panic episodes and physical back pain triggered by tension. Others can describe how demanding it becomes, but true comprehension arrives only through living it, she acknowledged. In a discussion with Parents magazine, Katherine Heigl revealed that we first believed our home needed one additional child for completeness. They weighed options involving birth, adoption, or fostering. Then the COVID-19 pandemic arrived, shifting Heigl's outlook entirely. "I now feel fully satisfied with our 3 children." After welcoming 3 kids, the family relocated to Utah. What inspired that choice, and how does Naleigh interact with her brother and sister? We will cover that next. Their lifestyle in Utah. Being raised within the Heigl home meant constant excitement mixed with affection, discovery, and plenty of happy moments for Naleigh. Even though public attention often surrounded them, Naleigh's parents worked diligently to offer her an ordinary upbringing. Heigl expressed discomfort about bringing up children amid Los Angeles' atmosphere, prompting their move to a ranch property beyond Utah's borders. There in Utah, they focused on shared family experiences and a calmer daily rhythm far from Hollywood's intensity. Since Heigl and Josh Kelley devoted themselves to creating a steady and caring space for their daughter, they stayed actively involved as parents while handling demanding work schedules. Heigl frequently stressed that togetherness came first, and they built numerous cherished memories as a unit. Their ranch shelters 8 dogs, 3 cats, along with chickens, goats, and horses. The kids thrive in this countryside setting, often playing near the river by throwing stones or tending to the chickens. Heigl values the tranquility and serenity that Utah provides. So how has Naleigh developed? Let us examine that. Naleigh's development and present situation. The couple shares 1 child born biologically and 2 welcomed through adoption. Naleigh now enjoys a large and supportive family circle, including both parents and 2 younger siblings. She holds the position as the eldest among them. When Naleigh reached 6, Heigl described her daughter as blossoming into a bright young mind, calling her remarkably clever and full of sharp humor. Heigl even referred to her as my closest companion and the most wonderful small individual I have ever known. Naleigh has probably always occupied a special spot in Heigl's heart. Despite the fame attached to celebrity parents, Heigl and Kelley dedicated effort to ensuring Naleigh experienced a grounded and typical childhood. They shielded her from fame's demands, letting her mature naturally while forming her own sense of self. Their residence served as a safe retreat where Naleigh could relax fully, enveloped by constant family affection and encouragement. The relationship linking Naleigh to her parents deepened steadily across the years. Their shared path included countless lasting memories, mutual delights, and ordinary life trials. Throughout everything, the Heigl home stayed filled with affection, comfort, and boundless opportunities for Naleigh. Heigl also remained careful about protecting her daughter's personal space and handled public interest thoughtfully. Still, certain occasions allowed Naleigh to join her mother at events like charitable gatherings or film openings, where her natural grace and composure drew positive notice. As she matured, Naleigh grew more at ease during those outings. Her first red carpet walk happened at the 2014 premiere of the animated movie The Nut Job when she was 5. 8 years afterward, in November 2022, Naleigh visited a talk show, this time observing her mother from the seats. Additionally, to maintain lower public visibility, Heigl noted in a 2023 conversation that Naleigh belongs to the rare pair in her class without a personal phone, partly to restrict social media contact. Learning formed a vital foundation in the Heigl family. Katherine and Josh placed high importance on education, making sure Naleigh received excellent schooling options. They urged her to pursue various interests and studies, creative pursuits, or athletic activities. This guidance assisted Naleigh in building a balanced character and identifying what she truly enjoyed. Heigl and Kelley also passed along lessons about generosity, understanding others, and bouncing back from setbacks. They regularly participated in volunteer efforts and charity work, demonstrating to Naleigh how valuable it is to contribute positively. These experiences planted seeds of duty and caring in her from early childhood. Today, at 15 years old, Naleigh has reached young adulthood. She resides in a $4 million residence in Utah, United States, boasting stunning mountain vistas along with a stone garden area, a greenhouse, multiple bedrooms, and cozy fireplaces. She also benefits from high-end vehicles like a Range Rover Sport valued at $118,000 and a white Audi Q8 priced around $644,000. What approaches have driven their effective approach to raising children, and how is Naleigh handling her teenage phase? We will explore that. Their approach to parenting. Naleigh currently moves through her adolescent stage, with schooling remaining a key focus for the household. Heigl works to build confidence in her daughters, including Naleigh, so they never feel pressure to seek approval from everyone. Heigl has observed that she deliberately counters common cultural messages, pushing women toward constant agreeability. She guides her daughters to recognize that personal value exists independently of outside opinions. Furthermore, Naleigh joins various household outings and sometimes visits her mother's workplaces, gaining measured exposure to the entertainment field. At present, Naleigh serves as a powerful illustration of personal evolution and change. No longer simply the infant welcomed home by Katherine Heigl, she has grown into a self-assured teenager shaping her distinct character. Katherine Heigl stresses the need to offer her kids a standard childhood centered on family closeness and reduced commotion. Heigl explains that this setting fosters deeper relationships within the home. She also discusses the complexities of guiding a teenager through the current online world. She deliberately restricts Naleigh's social media involvement due to worries about its influence on youth. Heigl focuses on ordinary experiences, so Naleigh maintains no personal accounts and appears mainly through posts on her mother's Instagram. That said, Naleigh occasionally borrows her mother's iPad secretly to record TikTok clips. Her growth extends beyond appearance to inner strength. Naleigh has cultivated a firm understanding of herself and her goals, staying rooted partly because of the principles and backing her family provides. As parent to children of varied racial backgrounds, Heigl has thought about her own sheltered early years and possible societal obstacles her daughters could encounter. She recognizes her privileged past and the importance of equipping her children to handle prejudice and public judgments. Heigl commits to creating a space where open conversations about heritage and origins feel safe, helping them process their lives with encouragement. How has the adoption shaped Naleigh, considering her origins lie in South Korea? Let us see. The lasting effects of adoption. Naleigh frequently appears across Heigl's online posts, where the actress uploads tender pictures and heartfelt messages about her daughter. For instance, when Naleigh turned 13, Heigl shared the very first image she received during the adoption process. The tie linking Katherine and Naleigh demonstrates the profound influence of their relationship. Their closeness surpasses typical parent-child dynamics, resting on shared regard, steady backing, and love without conditions. This solid foundation has supported Naleigh while facing the complexities of public attention during childhood. Concerning Naleigh's cultural roots, has she traveled back to South Korea after leaving as a baby? The actress has often taken trips with Naleigh to South Korea, helping her connect with aspects of her birth country's traditions. Katherine Heigl, together with her mother Nancy, launched the Jason D. Bus Heigl Foundation in 2008. Their mission centers on fighting cruelty toward animals and promoting better treatment by building an organization focused on animal protection, commemorating the caring nature of a beloved son and brother. What are your views on Katherine Heigl's choices? Share your opinions in the comment section below. Remember to follow our channel for additional insightful and engaging material like this. Thanks for spending time with us today. Make sure to browse our channel for other videos.